he's going to lose his job at some point. There's just too many guys at that position. Mm-hmm. Another guy I didn't mention on the doc, but Jaquiz Rogers or Kadeem Carey, one of those two is going to lose their job.
If you had to pick which one,
I would keep Kadeem.
You're a big Kadeem guy.
I'm a big Kadeem guy. He's also young, and he did a lot of good things last year. He showed a lot of promise. Jaquiz is old, and his real value is not even rushing the ball. It's pass protection. So I'm going to guess he's gone too. I had a discussion with people on Twitter too about Sherrick McManus, the nickel corner, who's a really good special teams guy. But they addressed that a lot over this offseason, the special team stuff. I think we talked about that a lot last week with the draft stuff. Mm-hmm. So, he's another guy I think could be on his way out. That said, he's kind of like the captain of that special teams unit. But, when there's younger guys who are more valuable elsewhere, it might be time for Sherrick.
Yeah, might be time to go.
Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely have more Bears coverage moving forward. It's a slow time.
I'm sad right now.
It's baseball time.
Yes.
Especially in this city right now.
Yeah, I think we want to forget about those other two sports.
Speaking of the other two sports.
Yeah.
The Bulls. Not much going on in that front lately, but there is some NBA playoff action that we'll get into just in a minute. But the draft lottery is next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And did you see who is representing the Bulls at the draft lottery?
I have not.
Jimmy Butler.
Oh, really?
Jimmy Butler is representing the Bulls at the draft lottery next Tuesday. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, way to cover your ass, Garpax.
We'll just send him out there.
Way to cover your ass.
See, he's representing us at the draft.
He's the face of the franchise. Yeah, here he is. And obviously, if you've been paying attention, Jimmy is kind of unhappy with management right now. At their end of the season press conference, Gar Forman didn't deny that they would look into shopping Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Which kind of, I think, rubbed Jimmy the wrong way. And there would be even some stuff on TMZ of videos.
I was going to bring that up.
Walking around in LA.
Yeah.
With supposedly a new girlfriend.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that.
What do you have to say about?
I don't have a lot to say about it. I mean, he has a new girlfriend. I kept seeing the TMZ report popping up. I watched the video of him where he's like yelling at his friend.
Yeah, he's like, get in the car.
He's like, just get in the car. And then he's like, go Bulls.
He's like, Chicago Bulls for life. But I don't think he's very happy right now. Understandably, disappointing season all the way around. Yep. Management not having your back 100% and trade rumors everywhere.
Yeah.
But Garpax, nice job of covering your ass and sending Jimmy to the draft lottery. Yeah. We'll see if it brings him good luck.
I bet Jimmy will eat that up.
Oh, I bet he will.
Yeah.
I bet he will. And it's funny because the evolution of Jimmy Butler, we've talked about it a little bit. It's like last season, if you heard like Jimmy Butler on a TMZ report, you'd be like, oh, he's hanging out with Mark Wahlberg. Now it's like all this speculation, all this stuff, like all these rumors, and it's just so different. It's crazy to me how kind of a player's image can change so quickly.
You got that money.
Got that money.
And
money changes.
Money corrupts.
Yeah.
Kids, remember that.
Blake's lesson of the day. Money corrupts. So moving on to the draft, some draft needs. It really kind of depends on what they decide to do in free agency with Joakim Noah.
Yeah.
Powell's walking. He's not coming back, and good riddance to him. Have a nice walk.
I've heard they are targeting point guards.
Yep, as they should. They need a solid backup point guard for the longest time. A backup or someone who could eventually...
Is it the move-in guy?
It could be the move-in guy.
Yeah, move-in is
Derrick Rose does have one more season on his contract, but they're probably looking ahead. Yeah, seriously.
One more.
I don't want to say thank God, but
yeah, it's probably time to go.
Probably time for Derrick.
We all wish it would have ended differently, but and who knows? He might have like like one of those seasons where he's just back to normal.
I think we're going to see around the same player as we saw last season, 15 points a game, 5 assists.
I was listening to the score today or not the score. I think it was the ESPN 1000, something like that. And they're talking about like which point guards you would take over Derek right now. They named probably like 14 guys. Yeah. So that's where we are with our
Used to be
star.
a top point guard in the league.
Used to be the best player in the league.
Yep.
For a season.
Yep.
Probably wasn't even the best player that year. He wasn't.
He wasn't, but he won the MVP, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely looking to move on. Derrick Rose, I've heard Tyler Eulis' name kind of thrown out there a bit, but I don't really see that as a fit.
This draft sucks.
It does kind of suck.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not good.
But we'll get more into that sucky draft as soon as we know what position the Bulls are at. Because it's looking
Ben
great.
Simmons, who's fallen.
That'd be amazing.
And it would also be a miracle.
It would be a miracle,
be
but
an
it's
act of
happened
God.
before.
Ben Simmons, type player.
Not dropping. The Bulls getting that number one
Well,
overall.
that would also be an act of God.
That is a miracle.
That's a miracle right there.
Ben Simmons will not drop. I know that for a fact.
Yes. I mean, I would hope not. If
Let's
he drops,
let's talk about the real MVP of the NBA, Steph Curry.
I was gonna say
Luke Walton. We're gonna say Luke Walton.
I was trying to think of someone, but I couldn't.
Steph Curry, first unanimous MVP in league history.
Yes,
definitely well deserved.
Should have that title should have been handed to LeBron a couple years ago.
It should have, or Shaq.
There's always the 3 or 4 idiot
sports
writers that are like, I'm gonna give it to this guy, But yeah,
James Harden got MVP, like 3rd, 4th place votes.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. That is 100% ridiculous.
Sports writers are dumb sometimes.
But Steph, deserving of the MVP, he got awarded that tonight in front of his home crowd.
Yeah.
So props to Steph. We're probably going to go on and win this series tonight.
Special dude.
He is.
Very special dude.
Who has changed the game of basketball.
He's got magic fingers. He is a wizard.
You're chock full.
Do I need to go on?
You're chock full tonight. So much analysis on your part.
This is good analysis. This is what people pay us for.
We don't get paid anything.
That's why we're corrupt.
Money corrupts.
Money corrupts kids. Remember that.
Oh boy, we're all over the place tonight.
Yeah. How about this? How about we talk about something you brought up last time we were just hanging out? Who are you taking? Kawhi, Draymond, Russ, KD.
So this was a question. Would you rather have Kawhi, Draymond Green to start your team, or Russ and Durant?
Yeah.
And I said Kawhi and Draymond. And Blake said Russ and Durant.
Yeah.
I think if you put those two defensive players together on the same floor starting your team, the defensive identity is going to be ridiculous. And they can both score. People forget that Draymond can score the ball as well.
I've been flip-flopping back and forth since last night. I did take Russ and KD, but I thought about it. I was like, if you put Kawhi in like a Spurs type system or like or not Kawhi, Draymond in like that type of system and under good coaches or whatever, I could see that being really scary duo.
Dangerous.
But I don't know. I mean, Russ and KD are special.
Oh, very special.
Very special.
And you see how special they are right now. They're up 3-2 on the Spurs. And I think the Thunder are going to close out that series tomorrow night.
I hope it goes 7.
Oh, me too. But I think
it deserves to go 7. It's one of those series that should go 7. I still think the Spurs probably win tomorrow, if I had to guess.
I think Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant are out for blood.
They might have that mentality right now where we need to close this at home. It's a must-win.
I think they're kind of tired of all the naysayers saying that they can't play together. And sure, there's those flaws. Russ cannot take 31 shots a game.
Yeah.
Absolutely cannot happen. But I think they kind of can coexist.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been here before. They perform relatively well.
We've seen like the KD night where he put in 41, and then the night after Russ puts in 31 or whatever. So like they're bouncing off each other nice. If someone has just a 20-point game, the other guy has been able to step up. I think that's really big, especially against a team like the Spurs, which has just like 10 players that can beat you on any given night.
Yep.
But yeah,
the system wins. We'll see what happens with that series. I'm definitely intrigued to see who's going to lose to the Warriors the next round.
I'll be sad if the Spurs lose, because all year I was promised that we were going to see Spurs Warriors.
I mean, I thought so.
I thought it was a done deal.
It's like the Spurs are going to be there right at the end with the Warriors, and then whoever wins that series is going to win the title.
Yeah.
And the Cavs still haven't lost a game in the postseason.
Yeah, well, wins in the East count as half a win. So they've only won 4 games.
There you have it, folks.
They swept
4 wins.
The Atlanta. Who would they play in the first round?
Just
move on. Just move on.
We're just gonna
forget about that last point
for a second here. Let's move on to some hockey.
Yes.
And the apocalypse is coming.
God,
according to Blake,
it is coming.
We're all dead.
Read Revelations, chapter 4. In there, I'll talk about David Backus.
I have nothing to say. The fact that you brought up the book of Revelation, oh my gosh. And put David Backus' name.
Well, I felt like I was, watching Revelations the movie tonight. The Blues really gave it to the Stars tonight.
6-1.
Saw the score.
Is it 6-1?
6-1. And it was I think the 11th time the Stars have given up 6 goals, most in the league. And that's all there is to say about that. I mean, it's yeah. I've been grumbling all night.
It's very frustrating. And you had a tough night last night too. We watched that Pittsburgh Capitals game, and
if anyone knows me, you all know I'm a huge Alexander Ovechkin fan. Biggest fan. Not really, but I do like Alexander Ovechkin. And I wanted to see him hoist the Stanley Cup, but he's going to have to wait another year.
The fact that we might have the Penguins and the Blues in the final makes my head hurt, and it makes me angry.
Makes my head hurt, but as long as the Blues somehow lose to someone, which I right now I don't see it happening. I mean, I think the Pens could do it maybe, but the Blues are looking really, really tough right now. Yeah. It's just me all night.
Grumble.
Yeah.
It's rough. And you have the Lightning going to the Stanley Cup or winning the Stanley Cup in your bracket?
I didn't have that in my bracket, but the start of the season, I said they're going to go all the way and lose the Blackhawks.
That's going to work out.
The Lightning are, they don't have two of their main guys in Stralman and Stamkos, but that team is still really solid. 1 through 4, all their lines are really good. They still, have good defensive depth, and they might have the best goaltender remaining in the playoffs. They do, as of now.
When Holtby went out last night,
yeah,
he's clearly the best.
Yeah, but Ben Bishop, I mean, that guy is close second right now. He's very, very good. But yeah.
So I'm sorry you're dealing with this pain.
Yeah, the worst part about all this is I see the Blues moving on here, and I think back to that Game 7. We barely lose in the third period that the Hawks do, and I think now I'm like, if we just win that game, we probably could do it again. Which is the hardest part to take because just
missed opportunities.
It's a missed opportunity. I mean, there's no guarantees, and we don't know if the Blues are going to lose to the Sharks or the Preds, something random like that. But
I doubt it.
I highly doubt it.
But watch us come back here in a couple weeks and be like, oh,
Joe Thornton. I love the Sharks, but I think I say that about too many teams. I love Burns. Oh my God, Brent Burns, the homeless man. Love him. Great defenseman.
Great beard.
Joe Pavelski. Oh my God, too many nice things.
Blake's getting a little too excited.
I love Joe Pavelski.
But let's move on to Andrew Shaw, because there are reports coming out of the Blackhawks talking with him about a possible extension.
Yes.
we have been talking out here about possible trades for